You ever do that thing where you meet someone, they tell you their name, and poof, it's just gone? Or, you walk into the kitchen with a mission and then you've got nothing? It's so frustrating, right? But what if your memory isn't this fixed thing you're just stuck with? Welcome to Bytes. Today we're going to dig into how to seriously upgrade your memory. And trust me, the first secret is probably not what you're thinking. Let's do this. Yeah, we all try to, cram stuff into our brains all day long. But what if the real work, the thing that actually makes memories stick, doesn't even happen until you're fast asleep? That's right. When you're out cold, your brain is, well, it's anything but off. It's actually clocking in for a full-on night shift, sorting and processing everything that happened to you that day. So no, sleep isn't just about resting. It's an active, totally crucial part of how we learn and remember. So to really get what's happening on this night shift, just picture your brain has two key employees. First, during what's called NREM sleep, you've got the librarian. This is the super organized part of the night where your brain sifts through everything from the day, decides, okay, this is important, we're keeping it, and files it away for good. Then the shift changes, and during REM sleep, the creative comes on duty. This is where things get a little weird. Your brain starts making bizarre connections, finding hidden links, and yeah, this is why you have those absolutely wild dreams. And that whole process the librarian is doing, it has a name: memory consolidation. It's literally your brain taking these fragile, temporary memories from the day and hardening them into something permanent. Think of it like hitting save on a document you've been working on all day. Seriously, without this step, most of what you learned would just, poof, disappear by morning. Okay, so sleep is clearly a huge piece of the memory puzzle. But what about when you're awake? Turns out there are some pretty big enemies out there, actively working to sabotage your brain all day long. And here they are, the top 3 saboteurs: stress, distractions, and just the sheer overload of information we deal with every single day. But honestly, the #1 villain, the one that does the most damage by far, is chronic stress. And look, this is way more than just feeling stressed out. When you're chronically stressed, your body is flooded with hormones like cortisol. And over time, that stuff is basically poison for your brain. It literally destroys brain cells and attacks the hippocampus, which is pretty much memory headquarters. And get this, that same cortisol also messes up the deep sleep you need for memory consolidation. It's a brutal 1-2 punch. You can't form new memories well, and you can't save the ones you do. And you feel this damage in ways that might not seem obvious at first. It's not just about losing your keys. It's that constant worrying that you can't turn off. Or, being in a meeting and you just can't focus. Feeling totally unmotivated. Or just irritable and angry for no good reason. All of these, they're huge red flags that stress is waging a war on your brain. All right, that was a little grim. But here's the good news. We can absolutely fight back. And it's not about some miracle pill or weird brain hack. It's about building a solid foundation with simple, super powerful habits you can start doing today. Let's start with what you eat. I mean, your brain is an engine. It needs the right fuel. So think omega-3s, from stuff like salmon and walnuts. They are fantastic for your brain. Load up on colorful fruits and veggies. They're packed with antioxidants that act like bodyguards for your brain cells. And hey, even just drinking more green tea can give you a real boost in memory and focus. Next up, you gotta move your body. Seriously, exercise might be one of the best things you can do for your head. It forces more oxygen up to your brain, which it absolutely loves. It's a natural stress buster, bringing down those nasty cortisol levels. And maybe the coolest part, it actually encourages your brain to grow new neural connections. It's a total triple win for your memory. Now here's one that might actually surprise you. Being social, it's like a workout for your brain. We're wired for connection. In fact, one study found that the people with the most active social lives had the slowest rate of memory decline. So go ahead, call a friend. It's not just fun, it's actually vital for keeping your brain in top shape. And remember our #1 enemy, stress? To fight it head-on, try a little mindfulness. Things like meditation are proven to lower your cortisol levels. But what's really mind-blowing is that it can physically change your brain. It can increase gray matter in the hippocampus. Yep, the exact same area that stress tries to destroy. Okay, so once you've got that solid foundation of good habits, it's time to level up. Let's talk about the pro-level tools. These are active techniques you can use to really take control and boost your memory on command. So our brains have this natural tendency to just let information fade away. It's called the forgetting curve.
but there's a powerful way to fight it called spaced repetition. The idea is simple. Instead of cramming all at once, you review stuff at specific, spaced-out intervals. Every time you do that, you're basically pinging your brain and saying, hey, this is important, don't you dare forget it.
And this is what it actually looks like. Let's say you learn something on day 1. You'll check in on it again on day 3. Then maybe day 7. Then day 16. See how the gaps get bigger? Each time you pull that memory back up, the connection in your brain gets stronger and stronger, locking it into long-term storage for good.
Okay, next up is a technique that's been around for thousands of years, used by everyone from ancient Romans to today's top memory champions. It's called the method of loci, or the memory palace. It works by tapping into your brain's amazing ability to remember places. You basically turn a familiar location, like your house, into a giant mental hard drive. And trust me, building one is way easier than it sounds. First, just pick a place you know like the back of your hand. Your apartment, your daily walk, whatever. Then map out a specific route through it. At key spots along the way, we'll call them loci, you mentally place a crazy, vivid image of what you need to remember. Then, whenever you need to recall the info, you just take a stroll through your palace. Like, let's say your shopping list is bananas, milk, and eggs. So you start your mental walk. As your front door, you imagine it's blocked by a giant talking banana. Then you go into the living room and the whole sofa is flooded with a puddle of milk. Then you get to the stairs and there are eggs just rolling down every single step. The more ridiculous and vivid you make the image, the more it's going to stick. And what about that classic problem of forgetting names 2 seconds after you hear them? Okay, here's a dead simple trick. Just use the person's name 3 times in that first conversation. Say something like, nice to meet you, Jane. Then later, so Jane, what do you do for work? And when you leave, great to meet you, Jane. It feels a little weird at first, I know, but it creates these extra hooks in your brain, and it works like a charm. Look, if there's just one thing you take away from all of this, please let it be this. Your memory is not set in stone. It's a skill. It's a muscle. And if you give it the right workout with good habits and smart techniques, you can absolutely 100% make it stronger. So the only question left is, what are you going to try first? Are you going to build a memory palace for your grocery list? Maybe try out spaced repetition for something you're learning? Or hey, maybe just start by getting a good night's sleep. Let us know. Hey, thanks so much for watching this Bright Bytes explainer. If you learned something new, do us a favor and hit that like button. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And hey, maybe share this with that friend who's always forgetting where they parked. We've got tons more brain-boosting stuff coming your way. See you next time.